start of the gameplay, look at the main character there. It's pretty much Ghost from Modern Warfare 2, except this time he looks a lot different. And to be honest, I don't understand how this is even allowed through copyright, but obviously the people who made this app do not care. And looking by the gameplay already, the animation is just weird and wonky. If you have a look at the enemies, they just seem to just stand there and do nothing at all. They don't even shoot back at you. And as you can tell by the graphics, they definitely aren't the best. I mean, for the rest of the list in terms of graphics, they aren't going to be the best because most of them are on mobile and whatnot. And what's also interesting about this game is that even though it's called Battlefield Combat Black Ops 2, it's set in space. As you can see, you're pretty much shooting a spaceship, and there's like a sun in the background down there, and there's just tons of planets. It's a weird game. This one's a weird ripoff. And if you didn't know, this game has over 1 million installs through the Google Play Store, which is absolutely insane. Heading over to the second ripoff Call of Duty game, this one is the only game on the list that isn't an app that you can get on your iOS or Android device. This is a game called Masked Shooter Multiplayer. So this is an online Flash browser game that you can pretty much play on Google Chrome or Internet Explorer. And as you can see by the gameplay already, the graphics, to be honest, aren't bad. They are kind of, I guess you'd say, just decent, mediocre. And for a Flash game, the textures are definitely not the best. It all looks muddy, so there's really nothing, I don't know, too extremely graphically great about it. What's weird is that there's a huge overlay with the HUD menu. At the top right, as you can see, pretty much says who is killing who. And yeah, that basically takes up the whole right side of the screen, which is quite weird. And the maps in this seem to be quite small. You can literally just, you like running in 4 times speed in this game, which is quite weird. And all the enemies you verse in this game are quite bad, as you can see in the gameplay, because obviously they aren't people who play Call of Duty or other FPS shooter games all day, every day. And apart from that, this game actually gets quite a bit of traffic on the internet. Because if you didn't know, there's usually a lot of people try to find free FPS games, and this happens to be one of the more popular options that people tend to play. So heading over to the third rip-off Call of Duty game, we're going to be looking at a game called Call of Country Heavy Duty. So as you can see, the name pretty much speaks for itself. To start off with, the game is not even 3D, which is absolutely crazy. And as you can see, the game is like a point, shoot and click or point and touch game where you find the enemy. So what happens is that the enemy appears at the top left or at the bottom right or at the top right. You got to click on them, and from there you aim in with your weapon and then you shoot at them. And what's funny is that every time you shoot or get a hit marker, a huge text image pops up in your face, and it basically says body shot or headshot or something along those lines. Out of all games here on the list, this one definitely has one of the worst graphics that I've ever seen, especially for a game that is available on an Android or iOS device. And also, what's interesting with this game is that if you have a look at the map in the background, look at the cars, look at the wall structures, look at the graffiti on the wall. What map does this remind you of? Because to me, this map is reminding me a lot of the map Crash from COD 4 or the map Backlot from COD 4. So as you can see, it's kind of like a direct copy in a way. And believe it or not, this app has over 1 million installs from the Google Play Store, which once again is quite crazy for a game of this caliber. So heading over to the fourth rip-off Call of Duty game, we're going to be looking at the game called Call of Dead Modern Duty Hunter. Once again, this game speaks for itself. So this time you're a hunter and there's aliens in this universe, and it's your job to kind of shoot the aliens and I guess save mankind. As you can tell by the graphics, it is 3D. Obviously, it's not the best graphics, but for a mobile game, I guess you could say it's quite decent. What's weird with this game is that you can't actually run around or kill any of the aliens. It's basically not like Call of Duty multiplayer where you can run around, kill people. You're stuck in a single spot and the aliens run at you and it's your job to shoot them. You can only move in like a 360-degree circle, so you can't even run around, kill people, take cover or whatever. It's up to you to stand there, take it like a man and 360 around the place and kill people. Now, to be honest, games like this, I don't find fun at all because you're just waiting for them to come to you. And basically all you're doing is just holding down the shoot button, and there really isn't any interesting dynamics to keep me playing. So I find this game to be quite boring. However, the numbers, I guess, speak for itself, because this game has over 5 million installs from the Google Play Store on Android devices. And for a game that looks like this and plays like this is absolutely insane. Heading over to the next rip-off game on our list that's ripped off Call of Duty. This one is a little bit different. It's called Block Ops 2. So block as in the Minecraft block. And as you can see, once again, the graphics aren't the best. This game is pretty much a crossover between Call of Duty and Minecraft. What's weird in this game is that you can actually place blocks down. I don't think you can craft anything or destroy any blocks. It seems to be your job just to kill the enemies in the distance. There doesn't seem to be like a set or type of objective that you have to complete. I guess you can just run around, be free in your Minecraft Call of Duty universe and kill people. Once again, as I said, the graphics aren't the best. To be honest, it looks quite terrible. It's like a watered down version of Minecraft, which definitely isn't the best. But once again, the numbers speak for itself because it has 5 million plus installs through the Google Play Store, which once again is absolutely crazy. So heading over into the number 6 spot that's ripped off Call of Duty, we're going to be looking at Duty Commando Combat Killer 3D, and that is definitely a sentence and a half. As you can see, the graphics are decent. It's actually quite nice for a mobile game, except it's set at nighttime, and it's got like a lot of dark textures, and it kind of looks a bit muddy and a little bit weird. And if you have a look at the mini map at the top right in this game, you can see that that's probably one of the most detailed and best mini-maps that I've ever seen, which is actually a good thing. And this game is a bit different to others because this one is actually open world, whereas the others you've kind of got to like do an objective, you've got to move over there. This game is like open world, and I think you just find enemies and kill them. So it's kind of boring. It's a single player game where you have to find enemy bots and kill them, which is quite odd. This game has over 10,000 installs, which once again is quite insane for this game. And if we head into the 7th spot, or the 7th game that has ripped off Call of Duty, is a game called Modern Assault Multiplayer. Now this game is pretty much like Call of Duty multiplayer, except it's on a smaller map, and every person you're killing or every person you're up against is either on a tablet or on a phone, and they could literally be anywhere. They can be on their toilet playing this, they can be at the bus stop, they can be down the road. You don't know. It's kind of cool how someone made a multiplayer element of Call of Duty on the phone. Although I guess you could say it is kind of a big rip-off. It's cool that they even somehow coded and made this, which is quite cool. As you can see, the graphics once again are absolutely terrible, and the HUD elements of the big jump and reload at the top or bottom right of the gameplay is literally taking up half the right hand screen. So if you had your thumbs and fingers moving around shooting people, as you can see, it's pretty much going to be taking up the whole screen, which would be super annoying. And once again, the numbers do speak for themselves because this game has over 1 million installs, which is absolutely crazy. So if we head over to the last rip-off game we're going to be looking at, it is called Call of Battlefield Online FPS. So the name, I think, just got to its absolute peak of weirdness, where they're trying to copy Call of Duty and Battlefield in the same title. And as you can see, this game is pretty much a copycat of Call of Duty Zombies. However, what's interesting in this game is that there seems to be like a variety of zombies. There's like ogre zombies, there's like super massive mutant zombies, and there's tall zombies, and they all wear different color-coded uniforms, which is quite cool. You can also buy and upgrade weapons, just like the normal Call of Duty zombies. And once again, for some weird reason with these app games, they have to have the moving and shooting button literally as big as the whole screen. And as you can see, the graphics aren't too bad actually for a zombie shooter on iOS or Android. So those are the top 8 rip-offs of Call of Duty games. Let me know if you happen to find any. Leave me a comment down below. Also, let me know in the comment section if you happen to have any of these games downloaded or if you've played them in the past. I'd really like to know what you guys think. If you want more of these videos, let me know in the comment section down below. Hopefully you did enjoy, and I will catch you all later. globe out.